My very special guest is Bob Burris, who I think you've seen in the newspaper and in the rest of the media the last few weeks. He is the managing director of the upcoming American Express Invitational and bringing lots of sports people to town. Nice to see you, Bob.
Nice to see you, Marjorie.
Thanks for being on the show.
I've been waiting.
You've been waiting. Yes, I know, and you've just been spending so little time on your actual work waiting for me to call.
Well, that's not exactly true.
I know
we've got a little event that I think is going to just be fantastic for the town.
Bob, how long have you been in Sarasota?
Almost 3 years, July of 1995.
And you hit the streets running.
We had a date. We did not have a title sponsor. American Express was not on board. So I had what was then called the Baseball Golf Classic that I was on the street peddling. 2 weeks later, the senior tour said, we don't like the Baseball Golf Classic, let's call it the Senior Golf Classic. So I had to go back to all the people I had talked about the Baseball Golf Classic and tell them it's the Senior Golf Classic. And then in December, we were able to land American Express 2 months before the event.
Wow.
And it was just a windfall to put on an event like this in 5 months is kind of unheard of, but we did it.
But you did it, and you keep doing it. Why Sarasota? Why did you bring all of this to Sarasota?
Well, Sarasota had a good track record of having the Chrysler Cup here for many, many years, and when the Chrysler Cup moved, there was an opening in Florida, and the senior tour players wanted another event on the Florida swing. They had Miami, Naples, Tampa. They had an open week. So the Advantage International, the company I work for, hired me away from the senior tour to be a part of this event, and little did I know that it had not just golf involved in it, but it had baseball, and it was a great double play for me.
You play for high stakes every year. It seems like you keep moving the bar up. You know, you play to win, and I realize how competitive you are. Will there ever be a time you're satisfied?
Well, because this event is so young, and we haven't had Arnold Palmer here before. We haven't had Jack Nicklaus here before. When Jack Nicklaus committed to me, that escalated this event to another level. I can't help that.
Is he one of your heroes?
Oh, yes, very much so. Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. But what happens is that you want to do this event so well, and there are so many demands on you, but when you have these type of people coming to your event for the first time, the phones ring more, there are more problems, there are more details, there are more travel arrangements, there are more everything, and so you can't help but go another level higher. So I guess that's why we're in it, though. I mean, you want to be the best you can be.
Bob, what's your favorite event in sports?
Oh, I think I like watching the Masters. I think
really?
that to me.
What about the Masters do you like?
The Masters is like nothing else you've ever been to. And I'd heard that and heard that and heard that. And I've been to Super Bowls and World Series and All-Star games, and I've been pretty impressed with those. And everybody said, wait till you go to Augusta. And I went to Augusta a couple of years ago, and it was when the bell rang on Thursday to start the official play, it was like you couldn't breathe. It was just it just captures you. There's just so much history and aura. It's something that everybody I hope gets to do.
Define a good sport. What to you makes?
I think you have to be gracious in losing. I really do.
That's good.
I think the real test of someone is how you handle adversity, and I know that your victories don't last very long. You don't remember them as much as you do your defeats. But I think there's a lot of class. You can show a lot of class in defeat. Doesn't mean you have to like it. And I think you know me well enough to know that I hate defeat. But there are some things that you just have to swallow hard about, and people watch you a little more closely in your defeats than they do in your victories. So that's how I would define a good sport.
If you weren't involved in putting on these major tournaments, Bob, what would you be doing away from sports?
I think I like helping people. Now, whether that means teaching them how to do something I might know how to do better than them, and truthfully, Margie, all I really know how to do is play sports, really. And I've had a lot of fun coaching, but again, it's athletics. But again, that's how I grew up, and that's what was in my lineage is being around, sports.
So you'd like to?
I'd love to teach golf. I'd like to coach Little League basketball. I did that for 2 years in Jacksonville before I came here, and I think I got more out of that than the kids got, and that was a wonderful feeling for me.
Thanks, Bob. I really appreciate it, and
Well, listen,
I
you're,
will.
you're one of my
see-
favorite people here, and you've done more for this event than anybody in the town.
Well, we'll see you during the event.
Okay.
Thanks.